Yeah. If you're watching the replay, fast forward 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna let some people get in here. Please hit the like button. We're gonna have a good show tonight. We got a $25 live stream goal. Anything you give is greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What up, Cold Blue Steel? Okay. Yeah. It's been good. Pretty good, chill, you know, taking it one day at a time, preparing for cataclysms and big events, extraterrestrials, WW3, orbs, drones. But yeah, I'm ready for the new year. I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting year. I think it's going to be a revelatory year. Is that a word? I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up right now. Yep, it checks out. It's a word. It checks out. My vocab is bigger than I think sometimes. Shin? Where you calling from, Shin? And if you don't mind, Cold Blue Steel, where you calling from? I can't remember. Armenian. If I'm not mistaken, the Kardashians are Armenian. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but you probably don't want to claim the Kardashians, I'm sure. Armenian. All right, shout out Oklahoma. Yeah, hopefully we have a good show tonight. But look, I need everybody to do me a favor and hit the like button ASAP. There's no reason not to hit it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yes, sir. Let's get it. No need to delay it anymore. As you know, I'm looking for a live stream sponsor starting at $5. It makes you the king of the stream, sponsor of the stream. The goal is $25 for the whole stream. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. If we meet the $25 goal, I will try to stay on longer than an hour, anywhere from an hour and 30 minutes all the way up to 2 hours. But I'll stay on longer, and also it guarantees a live stream tomorrow night as well. Other than that, the mic go mute. If the mic too low, screen go blank, anything weird like that, let me know ASAP in the chat. Now let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
Hey y'all, so this is part 3. This is for the ladies again. Y'all, women, we have to learn how to speak up for ourselves. We have to learn how to speak up for ourselves. Now, you got a lot of men that say, like, I didn't know. Let them know. No, I don't like that. Do not be timid when you're talking to a man. You don't have to be nasty, but change the tone in your voice. Let them know I don't like that. We didn't agree up on this place. You said you was taking me here while we here. And he, oh, no, we gonna go.
I thought she was talking about SA, you know? I thought she was talking about something else, but I should have known. She talking about taking a stand about going to 5-star restaurants. This is ridiculous. Ma'am, do you have a filter on? It looked like you got a filter on. How many layers of fakeness can they put on? Makeup isn't enough. Now they're going to put AI on top of the fake up. Like, what's next? How many layers will they go? Oh, my goodness. Okay, if I got to take you to 5-star restaurants, can I at least see what you really look like? Can we meet in the middle there? Everybody hit the like button.
Going here for a few seconds. No, take me home. I'm going here for a few seconds. No, take me home. You at a man's house and you want to go home and he won't let you leave. Call the police.
What kind of men are you accepting dates from? Hood trash, because you're hood trash. I don't know if you ever considered that though. You got way too much bass in your voice for any man with self esteem to take you out on a date. I'm just gonna say that. So you're gonna keep getting the bottom of the barrel. Because your deep ass voice and masculinity qualifies you for bottom of the barrel.
Learn how to speak up for yourself. A man, oh, you selfish. Let me hold $250. No, you don't have to say no because I hate to pay my. You don't got to do that because 9 times out of 10, whatever you say behind no, whatever you say after the word no, you're probably lying. So save yourself the lie and just say no. Can I come over? No. Can I spend the night? No. Can I have some? No.
Well, nobody's gonna be around you then. You're not nice, you're not likable, you're not charismatic, you're not smart. So if you can't loan $250, you ain't giving it up no coochie, then what's the point of even being around you? When men don't see the value in you, they want to get value from you. $250 or some Gucci. Other than that, I'm out. Do you understand now, man? Your femininity ain't keeping no man around. So it's gonna be money or Gucci. Got it? Capiche?
You don't have to say why. You do not have to say why. And please understand that the only person that will call you selfish, the only person that will call you selfish is a person that is trying to receive something from you. Again, the only person that will call you selfish is a person that is trying to receive something from you.
So would the man be considered selfish if he don't want to take you to a 5-star restaurant? You know what I mean? Or are you being selfish when you refuse to go to any other type of restaurant other than a 5-star restaurant, like you talked about earlier? Just a couple questions. I think those are reasonable questions. I need everybody to hit the like button.
If you are a young single black woman, a young single white Latino woman, it don't matter if you Asian. You don't have no kids. You young. You are committed to yourself. Yourself come first. You don't put nobody before you. You do not compromise. You do not.
And this is the best advice to be another bitch pathetic on TikTok complaining about how hard it is to date in your 40s, how hard it is to date in your 50s. If you want that to be you, take this advice. Women don't have the luxury to just focus on themselves and their. You got to focus on a man in your teens and try to lock that down, or it will forever elude you. You understand?
Have to compromise. You did not set your life up that way. You don't have any kids. Kids is the only thing you should be compromising for. If you got a, well, you'll be single, so you don't even have a husband. So you compromising and you ain't even got a husband. You compromising and you ain't even got it all. You
Hold on. What's up with my mic? I keep muting it. So is it making a weird noise when I mute it? Maybe I should just stop muting it. Can y'all give me some details on what's going on with my mic? I mean, I guess I could check myself. Hold on. Testing, 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 testing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Tested, 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 tested. All right, let's try that.
you don't even have a husband. So you compromising and you ain't even got a husband. You compromising and you ain't even got it all. You compromising even if you had a child. You compromising for your baby. That's all you everybody else don't matter.
Exactly. That's the B Dubs mentality. Get the baby, and then it's all about just you and the baby. That they never prioritize the man, but the man is the one that's gonna provide you a decent life, and provide your kid or kids a decent life, and make sure y'all straight as a family. Anything outside of a man and a woman in a house raising a family is just straight dysfunction. You need to put a man first, so y'all could come together and put the kids first. But you're not smart enough to know that. Women love putting the man last. Black women, especially. I mean, women in general in our modern times in America, but especially black women. It's their religion to put a man last. And to get to a point where they can say, I don't need a man or fuck these niggas. They love getting to that point somehow, some way.
Everybody else don't matter. Y'all want to know part of the reason why my mental is so strong is because
Mental is so strong, but you got all them tattoos on your arm, and you had to put 6 layers on top of your face to feel comfortable getting on here. But your mind is so right, though.
of the reason why my mental is so strong is because I was selfish. I learned to say no. I had to learn how to say no. When you give, you depleting from yourself. And let me tell you something, when you need people, them people that you help will not be there. They will not be there. It blew, not now. It blew my mind to see the people that would ask me for stuff. And I'm like, why? What made her think? What made him learn how to say no? Don't
Look, to be able to listen to that thing beep and not change it, that's not mental strength. That's mental illness. You have a son or you have a kid, you're putting their life on the line by not changing that damn fire alarm. But you so strong and independent and you don't need no man. You selfish, but you ain't selfish enough to save your own life by changing your fire alarm.
learn how to say no. Don't ever put yourself in a situation where somebody say something to you and it make you feel uncomfortable, so you let them have their way and you sitting there uncomfortable. Oh, y'all just came from a date. Now he dropping you off. Can I come in? Say no. Cause now he in your house and now you uncomfortable. Learn how to say no. And I'm only saying it if you really want to say no, but you said yes just to make him happy. Because honestly, it's nothing that you can do to make a person really like you.
I mean, you could be a decent person, you could be a nice person, you could be feminine. Oh my goodness.
How I am, my tone, my demeanor, I'm like this. I used to be like super. I used to be mean, super mean, and da da da. Because I know what's out here, y'all. I know what's out here. Men still like me. Still
That's false. Men just want to hit some skins. And men just want to get, $250 when they need $250. Nobody likes you, ma'am. I can assure you nobody likes you. Used to be mean. You still mean. You're still a bitch. Women really don't know the difference between a man just sticking around so he can get something from you versus a man genuinely liking you as a woman. And ain't just B dubs either. Women in general, the whole gender, really struggle with that.
like me. If a person like you, they gonna like you, and they gonna like you till they don't like you no more. It ain't matter how much they like me. We ain't married, so somewhere it was off. I don't have no regrets. I'm not out of something that, oh, I wish I would have. No, I don't feel like that.
Yeah, you're not marriage material. That's why you're not married. And even if somebody did marry you, look, it ain't gonna work out. Black women, they will have kids for men out the wazoo. Marriage, that scared the shit out of black women. It's structure, it's discipline. With somebody holding you accountable consistently day in and day out in the household. Black women don't want no parts of that.
Guess what? I kept them options open, baby. I had one boyfriend. I was in high school. Guess what else I was doing? Focusing on my career, doing hair, traveling, putting into myself, making sure I look good. The first thing a man got to say to me, oh, where your baby daddy at? Oh, where your man at? Oh, don't even approach me like that. See, his mindset already. Because if you thought I had a boyfriend or a baby daddy, why you even saying something to me? Why you gonna call him? No, that's small talk. Don't waste your time. A man get to telling you, oh, you too extra, you do too much. Don't waste your time. Do not.
You are too extra. And they always want to talk about options. I got options. I got options. Man, options aren't a flex at 35, 42, 45. You could maybe spin it as a flex at 18, 19, 20, 21. You've been on a dating market 10, 15, 20 years and shit, and you still talking about options. Grow up. Apparently, they're not good options, or you will be in a relationship. That's what I don't know if they get. I got options. I got options. Not ones you respect, because you would have took up one of those offers. This is a horrible woman, y'all. Horrible woman.
Oh, you too extra, you do too much. Don't waste your time. Do not dumb yourself down for nobody. Or at least I'm not. And I did not. And that's how I get here. In my early 30s. And guess what? I get to start fresh. I get to start fresh.
This whole video was coming off bitter and jaded. Nothing about this is a fresh start. You're bringing all your baggage from the past into the present, and you're going to take it to the future. And that's what's going to keep you a pathetic, typical BW.
Start fresh. I get to start fresh. I don't look stressed out. Look at that. No makeup on. I'm not stressed out.
No makeup on. No makeup on. So is it filter? I mean, what's the difference? It's makeup and filter. No makeup on. Look at the screen, y'all. Are they that stupid, or do they just think we that stupid? It's probably a mixture of both.
For what? I ain't got nothing to be stressed out about. I am in control of my decisions. And God gave me the free will, and He also gave me precise guidance.
Okay, did He give you the free will to change that damn fire alarm? He didn't give you no guidance to change the fire alarm? Don't He want to save His daughter, His loved one?
Precise guidance. Ladies, put it into yourself. Do not compromise. Our parents did that. Our parents did that. And what it get them? Nothing. It got them nothing.
AKA your parents wasn't shit. Is that what you trying to say? Look. Okay, don't compromise. Don't compromise. Why can't you get a man who you wouldn't have to compromise for, who just, match up with you and y'all equally yoked? You ever ask yourself that? Do this woman really think this approach, or she think being this way is going to lead to positive results? God bless her soul.
Do not be that person. You're going to break yourself. You're going to stress yourself for somebody that you're never going to get what you're looking for. Find it in you. You want to get somebody $250? Take yourself on a nice fancy date. You want to get somebody $250? Go get your nails done. Go get your hair done. Go get you a massage.
A waste of fucking money. You peep that? She didn't say, I mean, it's so many things you could do with $250. Said buy some self-help books. I would have rather her said invest $250 in the stock market. Invest $250 into a crypto. She said more bullshit to waste on her looks that are fading no matter what anyway. Like, you're just getting older, lady. Waste nonsense. And this woman, I bet this woman don't got $2,000 put away for retirement. But she gonna spend 2,000 a month on beauty products though. These bitches are morons, and that's why you need a man. All this independent and do this and do that for yourself. You're not fit to run your own life. It just never fails with the fire alarm. The fire alarm is proof you're not fit to run your own life. Just the irony of her talking all this strong, independent shit with the fire alarm battery needing replaced. They're a walking joke, but they take themselves so serious, which make them even more of a joke. It's one thing to be a dumb, incompetent asshole and at least admit it. It's another thing to walk around like you fucking God in the flesh.
Go get your hair done. Go get you a massage. Go get your sister. Take your sister out on a date. Go get your brother. Take your brother out on a date. Only give to people that love you. If you're not sure, don't take that risk. And a lot of times it's a risk. If I would have been doing the things that my friend was doing in high school, even hell, 2 years ago, I would not be the person that I am today.
Well, maybe that would have been a good thing. Did you have to throw shade at your friend? You're probably just jealous. They probably got a better life than you do. I swear these women are hyper consumers. The first thing she think about with an extra $250, buy some makeup, get your hair done, get your nails done, take your sister out, take your brother out for a dinner that is gonna cost too much and wasn't necessary. They love blowing money. They love it.
I've always put myself first.
Okay.
And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful.
Why weren't you good enough to have a man put you first? That's what I want you to dive into, but you're not.
I'm so grateful. So I'm saying this. If you want to level up in your life, you have to learn how to put yourself first.
Hit the like button.
If you're in a relationship already, if he's not helping you level up, you need to get rid of him. Love is not going to pay the bills. And guess what?
Good luck. So she one of them idiots who would rather pay 100% of the bills by herself than have a man come in and pay 50%. Because let's be honest, the other 50% that she was saving, she's just going to blow it on hair, nails, makeup, and all that other dumb shit. That's why she's not going to see the difference. Like, she's not going to feel like her life is being enhanced because she's going to blow the extra money she's saving. Dingbats.
Eventually, their love will turn into frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see how much you really love him.
Bars.
So yeah, put yourself first, ladies.
Bars. Fucking bitter loser.
So it was late at night, and I was already in bed, and I'm hearing my husband down the hallway having a disagreement with my daughter, Madison. So all this time, I'm just like thinking that they're going to work it out, but they don't. So they come walking into the room, and Michael says to me, I need your opinion here, because maybe I'm the one that's having problems here. Maybe I'm the one that's being ridiculous.
Hit the like button.
Apparently what the problem was that Madison was upset that she had to set her alarm to wake up in the morning for school, but Mason didn't. They both have alarm clocks. They're both supposed to set their own alarm. But apparently Mason had not been setting his own alarm, that he had actually just can hear Madison's alarm and had been using that to wake himself up. So in our household, this is a common problem where Madison is always worried about what Mason's doing instead of just worrying about what she's supposed to be doing for herself. We're always like, don't focus on them. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing. What is it to you, what they're doing or what they're not doing or what I told them to do and not to do. So we've always told them, focus on what you're supposed to be doing. What the other person's doing or not doing is none of your business. Her face is all puffed up and red, and she has these red eyebrows that she always gets when she's been crying, because she's just very upset that not only is her dad not taking her side on this, that he's frustrated that she's not being logical about this whole thing. And she's like, why should I have to be the one that sets the alarm? And Michael's trying to tell her, you would have to set your alarm anyway. This is a rule you're supposed to follow. You set your own alarm. Whether he sets his alarm or doesn't set his alarm is none of your business. So she's all upset. She's thinking that we're taking Mason's side. And This is all a big problem. And now I'm put on the spot about who is right or wrong in this situation. And mind you, it's late. It's like the original issue. The new goal is to bring her down to a stabilized level of emotion. Have you ever had a fight or disagreement with your wife and she is just all fired up? Maybe you said something that made her angry or hurt her feelings, and you don't understand why she's going off the rails about something that you consider pretty small and petty. But whatever.
And see, this is the problem in relationships. Women don't know their fucking place. You shouldn't feel comfortable even getting like that with your man, because you would never get like that with your boss. You would never throw a tantrum when your boss say something you don't like, or when your boss say something that hurts your feelings. So that proves that women know how to control their emotions when they got something to lose, or they feel like there's going to be consequences for them losing their cool. That's why it's bullshit. I was on my period, or I was just tripping. No, but you don't do that with your boss though. So you value your money more than you value me as a man. And that's going to be the case for most women in modern times. And that's why men should just stop fucking with these bitches or go overseas. I'm your leader and authority figure. You shouldn't feel comfortable raising your voice at me. You shouldn't feel comfortable getting smart with me. That's not your fucking place. If your woman even feel comfortable talking to you like that, something has went wrong. But honestly, 95% of them are going to get to this point, no matter how much you maintain your masculine frame. It's in a woman's DNA to eventually resent her man and disrespect her man. It's in their fucking DNA, in my opinion. 95% of them.
Consider pretty small and petty. But whatever the situation may be, you think that maybe if you explained or rationalized or provided some logic behind the statement, that maybe you would be able to calm her down. Maybe you can kind of walk her through and diffuse the situation and allow her to see that how she's thinking about something is incorrect. And if she can see how the way she's thinking about something is incorrect, that she will be able to realize that she is just being ridiculous. Now, if you're a man who believes that a woman can be logicked out of her emotions, then
back in the day, they used to slap them out of their emotions. And then after they backsmacked them, then they talk logic to them. You know? Had to reboot them, had to manually reboot them. And then they'll pay attention to what you're saying.
stick around. This video is for you. Now, I realized I needed to do this video after an encounter that we had happen at my house. So it was late at night and I was already in bed, and I'm hearing my husband down the hallway having a disagreement with my daughter, Madison. So all this time I'm just like thinking that they're going to work it out, but they don't. So they come walking into the room and Michael says to me, I need your opinion here, because maybe I'm the one that's having problems here. Maybe or not doing is none of your business. Her face is all puffed up. I have to be the one that sets the alarm. And Michael's trying to big problem. And now I'm put on the spot about who is right or wrong in this situation. And mind you, it's late. It's like 10 o'clock. And Michael does tend to get a bit long-winded in these things. If he's thinking that if Madison can logically understand the error of her thinking, she will be able to realize this and calm herself down. What he doesn't realize, and what I don't think a lot of men realize, is that you cannot get a woman to calm herself down with logic. Women.
Can you do it with a backhand? Can you do it with an uppercut, a stone cold stunner, a pile driver? Just curious.
Women all have, I would call it like the baseline of emotion. All right. Your standard, when you're just going along through life, our baseline of emotion might be here. So in that moment, Madison is highly, highly emotional. And he's thinking if he provides her with enough logic to see the error of her ways and the way she was thinking, that she would be able to take that logic and bring herself down to her normal baseline of emotion. That's never going to work, because what Michael doesn't understand, and what I don't think a lot of you guys understand, is that when a woman is in a heightened level of emotion, you must first address the emotion. There's nothing logically that you're going to be able to say that is going to be effective. So now the new goal is not to address the original issue. The new goal is to bring her down to a stabilized level of emotion. Hey, I just want to swing in to ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am in a friendly competition trying to outpay you have gotten from the. Now I'm stuck in this conundrum because I was like, well, I can kind of see her point. Doesn't make logical sense, but no, I get what she's saying. Like she's feeling like there's a double standard here. But now he's upset with me because he's not thinking that I have his back. But I'm like, you asked my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion. Yes, you're right in this regard that it doesn't matter and that she is being illogical. Yes, I agree with you. But at the same time, I completely get where she's coming from. If I was in her shoes, I would likely feel the same way. And you guys being so logical, miss the empathy side. You miss the side where you have to address the emotion and how she's feeling about something before she can settle herself down to a baseline of emotion. And then you can logic her through her air of how she's thinking about something. So how do I think that particular case could have been handled more effectively? Well, first of all, it was late at night. He should have recognized that she was tired, that her level of emotion was not going to allow her to hear what he was saying to her. And he should have said, you know what, Madison, set your alarm. Don't worry about your brother. Go to bed. That's it. There didn't need to be some big laid out drama. He needed to recognize she was tired. And I don't think that Michael is alone. I think that the majority of men believe that they're going to be able to logic a woman into decreasing her elevated level of emotions. And that's just not an effective technique. And I understand this nature about myself as a woman. And I actually created a strategy that I would table anything that's bothering me for a day or two. And if it's still bothering me, then I know it needs to be addressed, and that it's not some outside external force like being hungry or being tired or just maybe having a bad day at work and a general bad mood, because something can become a problem that otherwise would not be a problem because of something completely outside of the problem itself. You could just be hungry. You could just be tired. She could just need a taco. And many times you go to sleep and you're pissed. You're pissed off. You had a fight and you wake up the next morning, you're like, I was kind of being ridiculous. And it doesn't bother you anymore. Most emotional problems with women go away the next day or two. They don't even really need to be addressed super deep. Like give yourself and your lady some space to let her emotions come down.
I mean, I agree. Kick the logic and then get away from that chick. Get away from that trick after you kick the logic. If there's any dudes in a relationship listening, take a walk, take a ride. Ain't no point in trying to rationalize with a heathen, hyena, whatever you want to call her.
And then when you're both at this.
And the same thing go for these like retarded dudes who want to scream and get loud and argue. Man, I'm not. Just walk away. You're not going to fucking reason with a retard.
Good place, and she's not tired, and she's well rested, and she has enough food in her stomach, and enough time has passed. She'll probably be like, oh, well, this was stupid. I don't even know why I felt this way. Don't worry about it. But what happens is guys believe that you have to fix and experience and logic her in that moment, and you don't. If you try to talk a woman out of her emotions, she is going to feel unheard. She's going to feel judged. She's going to feel unloved. And it's your job as her husband to provide that emotional stability for these waves of emotions to crash upon. You don't need to be caught up. You don't need to be putting your own emotion into the equation here, because now you're just two big waves of emotional balls just clashing against each other.
And that's why I say you should never be in love with a woman, because she's going to keep you in your feelings and your emotions, and you can't lead her when you're in your feelings and when you're in your feelings and she's in her feelings, you can't properly lead her. Just two women throwing a fit at that point, throwing an emotional fit. Never let a woman get you in your emotions, no matter what. The less you care about her, the more effective you could be in the relationship.
So your job is to just stand strong and remain stoic and unshakable when those emotions come crashing down on you. And that's really hard to do. I get that it's really hard to do. And you know who does this really well is, and I know it's fictional, so it's probably maybe a bad example, but If any of you have seen Yellowstone, Rip does this really well. Rip is super appealing to females. Whoever created the character of Rip created the perfect man on many levels. I think I want.
See, they always thinking these fairy tale ways. First off, he's not a real person. Second off, I don't watch this show, but if I watch this show, I'm pretty sure even on the show, he's not the perfect character. Women are just ridiculous. They think in extremes.
I want to do a full video about this. Rip's girlfriend is about as batshit crazy as it comes. She is a ball of chaos and destruction anywhere she goes. But in
So by your logic, why should he even stay with her? Like seriously, why the fuck should he even be with her? All right, let's hear her out.
shit crazy as it comes. She is a ball of chaos and destruction anywhere she goes. But in those moments of craziness, he never judges it. He never asks her to change.
Ain't that a bitch? Women are allowed to act crazy, be ridiculous, ruin your property, and you're not supposed to judge. Just sit there and be stoic and take it. Oh my goodness. And buy her some ice cream afterwards and reward her for her bullshit. That's what society say. That's what women really think men should do. Don't judge me for all my bullshit. I'm going to nitpick you to death for 50 years, but don't ever judge me for anything I do. And don't ever check me for anything I do, because then you're being sassy. But I could be an actual fucking lunatic, and you better just take it, because that's what real men do. And don't leave me, because that's what bitches do, leaving crazy, batshit crazy women.
Never tries to talk her down and try to say, hey, you shouldn't feel this way, and this is why. This is not what I meant by this. He lets her feel it, he lets her experience it, and he stands by strong and steady until she calms herself down. He's just there. So how do you do this? How do you provide this emotional stability for your wife that she needs from you? Well, the first thing you need to do is to stop talking and start listening. In the last video I did, when I was talking about women's core needs and that a woman needs to feel seen and heard to feel loved, many of you men believed that to mean that when you acknowledge her emotion when she's upset, it means that you have to agree with her. That's not what that means. That means by you simply saying, I can see you're really upset here. Stop talking and start listening. You cannot match her emotions. In the moment, there's only room for one woman, and it's not you. She's relying on you and your strength for her to be able to fully experience the.
I mean, here's the thing. You could make your woman feel seen and heard, but also let her know you're being absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm not changing my mind on this. You're wrong, period. I see that you're upset. I understand why you're upset. I'm feeling this emotion you're giving off right now, but still, you're wrong, and you need to go calm down. You know? I'll catch you later when you calm down. But I feel you. I see you. I heard you. I'm in tune with the emotion you feeling right now, but it's wrong. And you shouldn't feel that way. But I understand why you feel that way, but I think you'll see it more my way when you calm down. I'll holler at you later. But you made sure she felt seen and heard, though. But yeah, I still don't agree, and I still think you're being over the top and ridiculous. Yeah, I'm looking for a live stream sponsor. Starting at $5, it makes you the king of the stream, big dog of the stream. Anything you can give to help us meet our $25 goal be greatly appreciated. Cash App, PayPal, Streamlabs, all at the top of the chat. Hit the like button. Let's get it. Let's finish this video real quick.
These emotions in a safe environment. If she will allow you to, give her a hug. A lot of times with Madison, if she's in this total emotional state, I will literally scoop her up. She's kind of getting a little bit big to this. I will scoop her up and hold her like a baby. And I can feel her body just melt.
Now, for your baby girl, yeah, I'll do that. I would take a slightly different approach for my baby, my 3 or 4 or 5-year-old, but not my 12, 13, 14-year-old.
Just becoming like this puddle. Then, in that state of being held, she is.
See, when we coddle women like this, we don't encourage them to grow up and be adults. We don't set a standard for women to be adults when we coddle them and we give in to their terroristic demands. and give them a hug when they're being absurd and ridiculous. No, we need to be stern, stoic, and tell them you're dead wrong. You need to fucking stop doing this bullshit. And we need to hold all women to that standard, including our daughters. At a certain point.
Able to calm herself down. And then we're able to have a discussion when she is calm. There's a couple questions that I think are really helpful in helping her feel supported through her emotions, which could be like, what is making you so upset? It gives her a voice in which to try to explain what she's feeling. You could say, what am I missing? Sometimes if you said something to her, she's reacting like in a way that's far more exaggerated than you understand. You're missing something of why that was so offensive.
I mean, here's the thing too. I think a lot of men do struggle with this, and this is a big part of manhood that, you know, a lot of guys don't talk about. When I talk about emotional intelligence, I'm talking about it in a different way than women are talking about emotionally intelligent. I do think it's important for a man to balance, you know, logic and emotional intelligence. So okay, the whole thing about setting an alarm. And she's upset. I mean, I would just calmly talk to her like, look, you need to focus on handling your business. Life isn't fair. It's never going to be fair. You can't obsess over little moments when life's not fair. All you can do is the best you can do and be a stand-up person and do what's best for your life and what's going to make things go good for you despite how unfair life is. So I'm telling you to set your alarms so you can wake up in the morning. Don't worry about who do and don't got to set their alarm. You need to worry about yourself. That's what you need to do throughout life, period. Don't obsess over what somebody else got going on or don't got going on or what somebody else do or don't got to do. You worried about your life. Am I telling you something that's going to hurt you? Okay, well, you don't need to freak out about it. If setting your alarm is going to make you get up and get to school on time or whatever and be productive, then just do it. You know, I understand you're upset. I realize you're mad, and I understand why you're mad. It makes sense why you're mad. But this is why you should get over it and move on, and this is how you should do it, and this is why it's going to be beneficial now, and it's going to benefit you in the future when you apply this lesson to your life in the future. You don't got to scream. You don't got to get mad. You don't got to say, just do the shit. You hear me? And slam her door, because a lot of guys got anger problems, and that's not how you should handle things as a man. Because I just said that earlier. You can't get in your emotions. There's a lot of men who think they're masculine, tough guys because they show emotions by being mad. So if they slam shit and scream at somebody, they think they handled it like a G. No, you handle it like a bitch. Just because you did it in a more aggressive, masculine way doesn't mean you weren't acting like a bitch when you threw that little tantrum. I'm thinking of when I worked at the construction site. These fucking foremen throwing fucking fits and screaming. And they were fucking clowns. They were straight bitches, but they thought they were being like dominant alpha males by screaming and acting like an asshole. I just didn't see it that way. But I'm going on a tangent. As a man, it's best to stay stoic and keep your cool and just use logic. You can't use logic when you're seeing red and always mad. Some of the most bitch-made men on the planet are always fucking mad about everything. They're bitter and mad. They're fucking... Never mind. Just let's continue.
And you can also ask her, what did you hear me say? Because sometimes the words that somebody says out of their mouth is not the words that another person hears. So they kind of translate it into their own brain, and they might have received a different message than you actually said. So honestly, sometimes with women too, we don't even know what triggers us. We don't even know why we are experiencing what we're experiencing. And we have to.
And that's why you can't try to make sense of this bullshit. Just chalk it up as, well, let me not say that. I'll say this. You just got to go into interactions with women knowing they're absolutely fucking ridiculous. And you have to kind of be above everything and assess everything as if you're a father looking from the outside in. Don't try to make sense of everything, because everything ain't going to make sense when it comes to women and their emotions. It's tricky, man. You learn how to handle these bitches over time. But trying to make sense of everything when it comes to them throwing on their tantrums and all that, nah. Just accept that a lot of it ain't gonna make sense.
To like kind of think about it. All we know is we're upset with it, and we don't even know why. Now, in no way or shape or form am I condoning that during a time of emotional outbursts from a woman, this means as a man that you are going to accept disrespect. She can be emotional, but this does not give her permission to attack you. And so definitely call those moments out if you need to, regardless of the consequence. Disrespect, no matter what, always needs to be called out. And like I said before, it does not mean that you are agreeing with how she perceives things. You're not agreeing that her perception of what happened is actually what happened. You're being supportive of her in the emotion.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Their perception of what you said versus what you actually said. Or their perception of what your tone was or what your volume was versus what your volume actually was. If you say something she don't like, she gonna say you was screaming at her. You could be like, look, babe, I don't like what you just did. Why are you screaming at me? It's absurd. But you can't second guess yourself in moments like that. Don't let them gaslight you into thinking you screamed at her. You know what I mean? You know you ain't fucking screaming at her. Don't let her trick you. Now, we met our goal thanks to James, the big dog of this stream and the big dog of damn near every stream. The big dog of the channel, James Pope. Big dog, James Pope. The live stream sponsor. He's better than James Dean, James Brown, James Earl Jones, James Franco, James Cameron, LeBron James, Kevin James, James McAvoy, Jesse James, James Madison, James Harden, James Wood, James Avery, Rick James, James Bond, James Baldwin, and last but not least, King James. Shout out to DDT. Everybody shout out James in the chat. And I got something for you, James. Appreciate you every time. So James just guaranteed a live stream tomorrow. No questions asked. And I'm going to stay on a little longer tonight just because he came through.
Thank you for being there, man. Charles.
I run shit. You just live here.
More power to him.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?
Right on, brother. I hear you. Man, I hear you.
My man.
City boy, city boy.
My nigga.
Yeah, man, as a man, when you spend long periods of time alone, and I spent most of my life alone.
Thank you for being.
And I'm glad I did, because I was able to develop into the man I am today without any outside influence, or without much outside influence, without trying to fit in, without following a certain crew's rules to be accepted. A man has to be alone to come into his own, But I also think it's important for men to have some type of friend group, to go be social somehow. I don't think it's healthy for us to just sit in the house, play video games, watch corn, just spend all our time alone. We got to try to find some way to be social. Even if it's something real surface level and casual. Even if it's going to the sports bar and just small talking with the person sitting next to you, for an hour, a few times a week. Something, man. We got to do something socially. It's good for the mental health. Nothing serious. You don't got to invite nobody over to your house or whatever, but just some type of social interaction outside of work a few times a week. You could be with family, an aunt, some cousins, anything. All right, that's enough for her.
Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
Okay, so there seems to be some confusion for you guys, so I'm gonna help clear it up for you. Do you know what we call the men that like wake up every morning and have coffee, tea, energy drink, anything to get their day started? They're super introverted, hardly leave the house, have like 1 to 2 friends, 3 absolute tops, and they're really only kind of invested in their own little quirks and like hobbies, I suppose. Husband material.
Ma'am, you don't gotta worry about a husband. You don't. You don't. Is that the Dark Lord on your chest? Bull Ring Chronicles. It's the Bull Ring Chronicles. Metal in her face. Yeah, she's a disgrace. It's the Bull Ring Chronicles. Zachariah says, fact of life, fellas. Nobody cares about us except for a few good brothers in your circle. We don't have the privilege women have to get sympathy from want near everyone. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. But the sooner you kind of just accept it and get over it, the sooner you can enjoy people and enjoy life. And enjoy things for what they are. Like I said, just sitting at the bar, small talking with somebody about the game. They don't got to care about you on a deep level. You ain't expecting them to care about you on a deep level. We just having a cool, chill conversation about the game. You can just enjoy it for what it is. When you realize women will never love you, you could just, hey, hang out with them when you want to hang out with them or have sex with them or shit. Maybe watch a movie with one and then, hey, God bless you. I'll see you when I see you. Now that the expectations are in check, I can enjoy you for what you are.
Yeah, we know. They're the ones left on the sideline. They're the ones you ignore while you chase the toxic ones, the players or the F-boys, or the ones that make the top 15% like the young lady in a previous video said that she's gonna chase because she thought she's a top tier woman. We know.
What up, Preston? Glad to see you, bro.
They are also the ones who are gonna look at your 2-color hair and your body covered in tattoos and gonna say, I think it's time for me to pick up a new hobby. Yeah, we know.
Okay, I'm ready to find the love of my life. Let's do this. Okay, great. Let's start by leaving the house. No.
Well then, time for step 2. Join the dating apps. You're gonna love it there. Or you can try this instead.
Here's how I plan to find a husband in 2025 with the help of my vision board and ChatGPT.
Okay, even she has an inbox full. So even she is being picky. I just want us to be very clear. Ain't that a bitch? She's still holding out for top tier Chad.
ChatGPT. Starting with my vision board, I did put a man on my vision board in 2024, but I didn't find it, but it's okay. Basically, I put a man on here again a few times. I'm actually going to show you my vision board in another video. I'll just tell you how ChatGPT is going to help me find my husband. Basically, for years, I've had a list of all of the things, all of the traits, characteristics,
See? Even she got a ridiculous list. I wonder if she everything on her list. Of course not. Of course not. Her caption actually says, start by making a list of your ideal partner and then burn it to smithereens. I hope that's what she says. I'm not hopeful, but let's see.
Everything that I want in my ideal man. It's good to do that even if you don't do what I'm about to say next. I took my list and I said to ChatGPT, I said, if I want a man who has all of the qualities below, what type of woman do you think he would want? So I put them all in.
Oh, I'll give her credit. Most women don't even think about that for 1 second. So I'll give her some points.
And then ChatGPT says all of these traits that this man's ideal woman would have. Okay, some of them I'm good, some of them I'm good, some of them I could probably work on. And then I said, okay, period. Based on these qualities, what would the daily activities or schedule be of this woman? I get a whole schedule. Yep, I got a whole schedule between the wake up, the workouts, the breakfast, the work, everything. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow this schedule until I find my husband. And I'm gonna refer back to my list often to make sure that I'm not veering from the list. I will let you know how it goes.
Yeah, it's gonna go exactly how it did in 2024. But there is...
This is crazy. Ma'am, you're not a looker. So that's going to pretty much eliminate you from some top 10% guy, period. Just your looks alone. You could be incredible in every other way, but just your looks knocks you out of any top 20% guy, let alone top 10% guy. But good luck, man. At least you're trying to improve yourself.
There's a good and a bad thing about all this. The good thing is you're gonna have a schedule for 2025. The bad, you're never gonna find a husband if you rely on ChatGPT to tell you how to find one.
Women weren't made to be submissive to men. Why do you think men make the better soldiers and subordinates? Because they fall in line. Women like to question things. Why do you...
I don't know. Women do like to question things.
Why do you think men spend so much of their time trying to oppress and silence women? And if we're also talking about the soldier thing, let's also discuss how men are sent to war because men's lives are less valuable than a woman's womb. And let's also talk about womb envy and why they hate women so much. We have something that they will never have. We will experience things that they will never experience. So they spend their time trying to regulate something that they'll never have because they're jealous. They're jealous.
Exactly right. I don't know.
Right. Men want pee holes. Yep. Yeah, Happy New Year. Are we, what? Hold on. So we got to do a, well, I ain't going to be up at 12. I haven't been up for the New Year in a long time. So what's tomorrow is New Year? Okay, yeah. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So I was gonna say something about us bringing in the New Year together, fellas. I don't know if I could do it, but I'll put it like this. Well, first off, everything she said was nonsense. She's an effing. She's mentally ill. I wouldn't trade places with her for anything in the world. The last thing I would want to be is a nutty bitch. Anyway, I'm trying to think, man. Tomorrow night, I'm trying to see, am I gonna try to bring in the New Year with you guys? You guys got any plans tomorrow night? I'm not making any promises. I'll probably go live at 8. I mean, we're not gonna do a 4-hour stream. That would be interesting, though. So 100K subs next year. Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, no pressure, but we're gonna try to do something tomorrow night, man. So what I'm gonna try to do is we're gonna do a stream tomorrow between 7 and 8. Between 7 and 8. And then if I can stay up, which I doubt I can, I'll go live at like 11. But obviously no promises.
About you guys watching, but ever since my formative years I was always jealous that I'm never gonna experience that glamorous time of the month when I get to be all cranky and in pain. Since you brought up why men make better soldiers twice, sure, let's go through that too. Men make better soldiers because men are warriors, and since we are talking about jealousy, you try to ignore biology or deny biology and you wanted to be just like men. Of course, denying biology doesn't work, so you had to lower the standards by that much for you to be able to even get in. Why even go through all that trouble if men make better soldiers just because they're more submissive? If you're not jealous of men, why do you try to be a man so badly? But no, you're right. I'm absolutely.
What the fuck?
My dad just decided he's not going to pay for my wedding anymore.
What I'm finding out is if you let your parent pay for your wedding, you kind of have to do it their way. As an independent thinker, I've decided we're not going to do every single wedding tradition at my wedding. Women are not property anymore, which is why I decided I will be walking myself down the aisle. My parents do not own me, and I'm not some property to be given away. Dad keeps going back to the point of, we've never treated you as property, why would you say that? I feel like he's been talking to his buddies because the other day he came back to me and said, well, if you want to be independent, then you can pay for it yourself. Do we agree that my dad's being a complete jerk right now? Really hoping he comes around because there's no way I can afford this wedding if he doesn't help me with it. So I'm just kind of holding out hope that he'll.
Yeah, if I had an entitled cunt like this for a daughter, I'd probably disown her. Yeah, that's annoying, man. I don't know. Well, I would be so happy my daughter is getting married at a young age, though. I might just give in and simp. Like, fuck it. Whatever you want to do, babe. Whatever you want to do. I'm just so happy you're getting fucking married and you're actually somewhat doing the right thing. So fuck it. You know what? I might give it a pass.
He'll come through.
Just stop, pause putting the makeup on and just put a little information and logic in your head, and your whole life will go better.
Yeah, somehow I doubt she's gonna do that because, like she said, she's an independent thinker, which by that she means her sister who told her how to live her life and how to think. She's never gonna think for herself, and she's never gonna consider she's in the wrong because she tried to blame her dad's friend and tried to frame it like her dad is not gonna pay for her wedding because of them. Why some men insist on marrying this type of women, that is beyond me, but
yeah, I feel sorry for bro that's marrying her. This marriage isn't gonna work out. But I would still be happy my daughter's still getting married, though.
At least a big shout out to them for taking one for the team.
Well, since it's Christmas, you know, the exes and the situationships and all of the things in between are going to come out the woodwork like little cockroaches today. I had a guy reach out to me who I never actually dated. We started trying to talk, and he was constantly insecure about.
Yeah, I'm sure he was, and I'm sure there was a lot of things. And, but I think the moral of the story here was that he always come back, except he didn't because...
Alright, I gotta do something. I'm gonna let the video play and I'll be right back.
If he did, you wouldn't be doing this.
Men, you gotta do better. You really do. I was just at one of the major malls an hour before they close on Christmas Eve, walking around doing one of my favorite things. And that is to go to the malls on Christmas Eve and watch the men who are getting their last minute gifts for their wives, and they have no idea what their wives like because they don't pay attention to what their wives like.
Or because we never know which one of your 17 personalities is gonna be waking up that morning. The same perfume you always wear because you don't like anything else can still bring out two outcomes. Oh my god, I love it so much, or why you bought me this, I hate it. But going back to the previous video with he never came back, I do have a question for you. How sad, pathetic and miserable your entire life is if you do that on Christmas Eve?
People who are alone and don't have many friends around them and don't date or don't go out, they're not looking for just anyone. These people are looking for quality relationships and quality friendships. And if they're not getting that, then they're not going to settle for anything less.
This is not just reinventing the wheel, but it's rediscovering fire all over again. People who don't go out are looking for quality and not gonna settle for anything else. Well, sure, fair enough, but where are you looking for quality if you're never going out? I don't know about you, but there's not much quality underneath my bed.
I have a date tonight with a 21-year-old. And for the record, I am 29, about to turn 30 in a couple weeks. For a little backstory, I saw this man at the bar a few weeks ago, and I was in peak gremlin mode of drunkenness, so I cannot fathom or remember what I was saying to him that gave him the desire to ask me on a date, but I must have been spewing greatness, because here we are. He thought I was 25, which is a win for me. I also thought he was 25 though, which is a lose for me considering he's 21. But him being 25 would have been a lose for me as well. And then he told me he was still in college, and I said, "Oh, surely getting your doctorate degree, right?" And he said, "No, undergrad."
Yeah, there's 2 minutes of this I'm gonna absolutely not watch. For one, cause nothing screams greatness than when you're completely wasted. And two, cause you decided to make a video about a date you don't want, but you're gonna go on.
Only if you let them, right? Like, if you descend to men, male validation, male approval from your life, or you start to, that is when you're winning in life. Is it easy to do? No, because women are, and from little girls, are socially conditioned to chase after male validation. But male validation is one of the most fickle and fake things you could ever seek in life. As a woman, we should not be focusing on male validation. We should be redirecting all of that energy that we put on the desire to get married, have kids, or be in a relationship with a man. We should be taking all of that energy and redirecting it back to ourselves and focusing on ourselves and making ourselves the center of our universe.
Fine by me. You failed to answer the comment and I'll read it for everyone just listening. They still use younger women, so nobody is winning in the end. Women of all ages get used by men. So I wouldn't exactly call that no one's winning, cause it seems men are. It's also kind of funny that only women in their late 30s or early 40s are talking about decentering men. Oh well, like I've said, fine by me.
You like taking care of people because it heals the part of you that needed someone to take care of you. But remember, pouring yourself into others should never mean emptying yourself.
This is way above my minnow English level, so I'm not even gonna try. Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and I will see you in the next one. Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful...
Alright, I'm out. It's been a crazy night. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. We're gonna try to bring in the new year. We're gonna try to do 2 streams. One between 7 or 8 and we'll try to come back at 11. Have a good night, y'all. Thanks for James for donating and help reaching our goal.